Hi everyone, it's Miss Diana from the Wyndham Public Library giving you your lab coat adventures today. Now today is a double feature. Wow, so that's a first. Okay, we're going to make hovercrafts using only 4 items, and we're going to make a balloon rocket, which you've probably already done, but we're going to do it again because it's so much fun and so easy. All right, hopefully you have all these supplies at home. If not, they're easy to come by. And if not, you know that we have these wonderful kits at the library available to you. Supplies are limited, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's get to the good stuff. All right. All right, so you only need 4 things. Balloon, surprise, surprise. An old disc. See how beat up this is, but it still works cool. All right. Duct tape is the best kind of tape for this particular experiment for making the hovercraft. And this is the one thing that you might not always have at home. It's one of those pop tops. Typically, I think water bottles. I don't know if any other drinks have that, but anyway. Actually, it's down. I can't pull it up right now, which is fine. We're going to keep it down for the moment anyway. And a balloon. A good sized balloon, not a water balloon. All right. Nothing wet today. So, pretty easy. I'm going to deflate that for the moment. All right. Duct tape. Actually, you know what? We're going to say goodbye to my face and go down so you can see what I'm doing and listen to my voice as we're doing our first experiment. But duct tape. I don't know if you knew this. It tears. You don't have to always cut it. So what you're going to do is take your pop top. I don't know what else to call it. And you're going to center it over the whole of your disc. Can you see that okay? I'll make sure you can see that. No, let's try that. There we go. Center it over the disc. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you're going to tape it down carefully. And the purpose of this, of course, not only to keep it in place, of course, is important. I think I used a little too much tape here. I am going to sneak the scissors. Have scissors on hand just in case. I don't want it going underneath. Well, I still need to cut a little bit more. But yes, of course, this is going to keep the top in place. But it also, what you're trying to do is very important, because this is about air movement, is you don't want any air to escape. So you want a nice tight seal. So I'm going to I'll let you know how I do. So far I have 2 pieces. It looks like we're going to go for 4. That first one was way too big, so don't learn from my mistakes, okay? Okay, so yep, all right, we're going for 4. If you can see, describe, we got 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. We got 1 more little gap there. There's obviously air coming out of that, so it's not going to work unless you close in that hole. All right, last one. There are other kinds of tape, but this one is super sticky. Excuse me. And it's gonna do the job much better than others. It might not work if you use other tapes. All right, so we are good. What I want you to do is, just for giggles, just see if you slide it, how far does it go? Was it easy? Was there friction? Did it go pretty easy? It wasn't actually too bad. What I have trying to do this on a very smooth surface, like a picnic table wouldn't be the ideal thing for that. Just a nice smooth table. And so that was okay. You can see how that's going along. The last step, pretty easy. Gonna blow up the balloon. Let's say hi. Blow it up. The more you blow it up, the better it's gonna be. All right, I'm gonna pinch it, keep the air in there, keep pinching. This might be a little tricky, you might need a helper for this one. And now you're gonna put the end of the balloon over the top, which is down, so there's, at this point, no air coming or going. Gonna put the balloon over, oh, we gotta put this back down so you can see what I'm doing, sorry about that. All right, over the top, and hopefully this experiment, now also make sure that it's centered and facing upwards. You don't want it flopping to the side or whatever. All right, so here we go. So now it's ready to go. I can unpinch it. Dum, da, dum. And I'm going to lift up the top And let's see how easily it slides now. But I'm making sure my surface is super clean. All right, here we go. Lift up. I'm having a hard time lifting it up here. Bear with me. All right, now the air's coming out. So woo, woo. Oh, wow, wow. Actually, that was really cool. I don't know if you could tell, but it was just like seamlessly gliding on the top of there. This is a really fun experiment, and you could do over and over again. And you can see how far it goes, how fast it goes. You could measure all the different kinds of things. Be really scientific about this. I like this a lot. I hope you do too. Okay, that was experiment wonder number 1. Number 2 coming up. All right. Oh, I always like to ask you a few questions just because I got to keep those brains going over the summer. So, first of all, have you ever seen a real hovercraft? Have you actually had the opportunity? I don't think they have any around here, but if they do, go see it. That's cool. All right. So how far did it slide when you do it? Did it slide better? You know, you might want to measure how far did it slide without the balloon? How far did it slide with the balloon? All right. That's if you're really into measuring things. And then there's always the question of, all right, so you've made it. What can you do to make it better? There's always questions about that. You always want to see what you can do to improve things. This is what science is all about. And try to make it glide higher, you know, because it actually does lift off the surface to go farther and faster and smoother and all whatnot. So, all right, those are some of your questions. Don't lose sleep over them. Okay, next one. These are my cheat sheet, just so you know. All right, next one. I'm going to keep moving you around. I hope I don't get you motion sickness here. So, next one, balloon rocket. Again, you've probably already done it, but we got to do it again. The first time I did it, I was like, oh my gosh, I really didn't think it was that easy and that cool. All right, this one, you will need some yarn or string. You can experiment with different things. You can use fish line. You can do rope. No, rope won't work with this one. But all different kinds of yarn. There's cotton yarn. There's polyester yarn and whatnot. You need a straw. You could try our decomposing science and see how long it takes for a straw to decompose. Very interesting. All right, what else do we need? Some tape. This time we can just plain old Scotch tape is fine. And of course, a balloon. So, well, I've already done some of my homework here. So you need to attach one end of the string to something kind of sturdy. It could be a whole bunch of things, a doorknob, a chair, whatever. And you want to start the experiment and so that you're going to tie it to something else in the room that's going to be about level, all right? And then once you've done that and tried it once, you're like, wow, this is so cool. Then the fun even begins more with, hey, let's raise it up, let's lower it down, let's try all different kinds of things. So, again, super simple. All right, so I'm going to attach. You can't see what I'm doing, unfortunately, here, but I'm going to rotate a little bit. Maybe you can see some of this. All right, I'm attaching the other end of the string to something here. We don't need to get into what it is. Doesn't matter. All right, so I have my straw on the string, as you can see. And I'm going to blow, first, okay, I got to do this in the right order. A couple pieces of tape, get those pieces ready on the straw, like that, two on top. Now they're ready for the balloon. Blow her up. Again, the bigger the better. The farther it'll go. Maybe the faster it'll go. I don't know. If you have a weird, great stopwatch, you could measure that too. All right, so I'm just trying to decide which way we're going to make it go. All right, the exhaust is this way. It's going to go this way. All right, so now keep the pinching. You don't want the air to come out. It won't work. All right, you can see what I'm doing? No, my hand's in the way. All right, this is tricky without a photographer. Sorry, folks. All right, so you're going to tape the balloon. Masking tape or Scotch tape would work fine here. I have to readjust where my tape was, which is fine. 2 pieces would be best. All right, You're gonna bring it to the other end. Watch, you can see this. This is great. Okay. And watch her go. Ooh, ooh. Wow, that was so cool. Worked great. Oh, lost the tape, but we can retape that. All right. So simple, so fun. Make it long, do it outside, make it go up, make it go down. See, you can't do loop-to-loops. It has to be straight. Sorry, I'll draw the line somewhere. All right, some of the questions I wanted to ask you. What can you do to make it go faster? Think about that. Anything you can do with the balloon, the string, the straw. Do you think the shape of the balloon would make a difference? I don't know. Just experiment and go crazy with this. Yes, again, try fishing line, wire, some things like that. Change the string. The angle of the string, we've talked about that. If it goes down, do you think it's going to go faster? If it goes up, do you think it's going to go faster? I don't know. And think about the straw. Could it be positioned differently? Would it make a difference of where you attach it to the balloon? There's all different things you can think about. And what if you cut the straw shorter? Just think about these things and come up with some of your own ideas and schemes. Have a great time experimenting with this. And hope to see you at the library. Come get your kid if you're interested. This is a really good one. They're all good. All right, we know that. Okay, thank you for joining me. See you next time.